Hi, my name is Justin Johnson, and I'm the president of Jordan Manufacturing. I want to talk about the three questions I hear every time from people who are looking for metal components for their products. 1. What is the difference between stamping and fabrication? 2. How much does a stamping tool cost? And 3. How long does it take to build the tool? Stamping and fabrication share many similarities, but for the purposes of most applications, stamping has a much higher tooling cost and a lower piece price, while fabrication has a lower tooling price and a much higher piece price. A good stamping tool can produce a fully formed part with every hit of the machine, while fabrication requires one or more hits for each feature. When to choose a fabricator versus a stamper is a tough decision that comes down to the volume, the size of the part, and your budget. For example, this part in the stamping process will be made in a single tool from a coil of steel and produced in volumes of 3,000 to 6,000 pieces per hour. If you fabricate this, it would first be cut in a flat blank from a larger sheet of steel, and then each feature or sets of features would have to be put in one at a time. This can mean that the production rate is only a few dozen parts per hour. But slower doesn't mean better control of quality. A good stamping tool can produce consistency over long runs and at high speeds compared to fabrication. For the cost of a tool, it's a different story. Both processes have setup costs, but fabrication machines like lasers and press brakes have universal forms that they can plug and play into a machine. A fabricator may or may not have the forms and inserts necessary to make your part, but they generally are available. If your part is simple enough, and the quality requirements are loose enough, the tooling cost for fabrication may be nothing. For stamping, the cost of the tool depends on the size of the tool because of the material needed to build it. For a small piece like this, the tool may be under $10,000 and fit in a smaller press. But larger tools, requiring larger machines and more features, can easily run into the hundreds of thousands of dollars. Tools from China generally run 70% of the cost of American-made tools, but they have longer lead times and longer testing phases, as most Chinese tools have to be completely disassembled and then reassembled to confirm the tool can actually produce your part to your required specifications. The bottom line is that stamping tools can be expensive, but because Jordan Manufacturing builds and runs the tool, we are able to charge less than dedicated tool shops and provide parts more quickly and at a lower cost than even Chinese shops, but still provide American quality. Let's talk lead time. Again, the lead time depends on the complexity of the part, but we can provide different levels of parts for different steps of your program. For example, you may need samples for testing your design, or samples to send to another supplier who is making a mating part, or you need 30 pieces for a PPAP to present to your customer. Those will all have different lead times. Generally speaking, you can expect a completed tool with PPAP parts in about 10 to 14 weeks, depending on the complexity of the design and the quality requirements. And in this case, stamping and fabrication will be equal in terms of lead time. If you have a part that you would like quoted, please contact us online or over the phone, and we can help you decide the next steps. At our core, Jordan Manufacturing is an engineering and solutions company, and we will get your part off the print and help you succeed in getting your program to market.